Hello everyone, my name is Jamila and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. So I'm going to be doing a series of the sun in all the houses, so ranging from the first house into the 12th house. So feel free to look at my other videos, at my other contents in regards to synastry and just natal positions in astrology. But first and foremost, I want to start off by talking about an introduction to the sun and synastry. So in astrology, the sun shines its light on the house it occupies. But we must be mindful that whilst the sun can energize and enlighten, it also has the power to cause harm. So for example, just like how plants can thrive under direct sunlight, not all will flourish, some will wither and die, So for an example, a cactus plant will thrive in direct sunlight, whilst a spider plant will not do well in direct sunlight. It will literally shrivel up. So my point here is to take into consideration that there are both positives and negatives when it comes to, the sun and where it's positioned in a house in synastry. So like with most things, there's an opposite and then there's also a balance that needs to be harnessed when it comes to the sun's energy and its effectiveness. All right. So each house in astrology represents a different facet, of life. And of life. And the sun's impact can widely it can impact us depending on its placement, and what house it is positioned in regards to synastry. But most importantly, as I'm sure you may, or maybe you aren't, or you are aware, that when it comes to looking at an individual's synastry, first and foremost, we have to look at the individual's chart to gain a deeper, in-depth understanding of how this will play out, because everyone's situation will play out differently, even if there are similarities in regards to synastry, because no one's chart is the same. Even for twins and triplets, it's going to be different. Okay, seconds, minutes, it all makes a difference. Okay, so anyway, so to give you an example, for instance, now say the sun is in the first house in synastry. This can illuminate one's identity and self-expression, fostering confidence and personal growth. However, it can also lead to an overemphasis on the ego, because the sun is the self, the sun is ego. So this can have an emphasis on, again, the ego and someone's self-importance, So, with that example, with it being in the first house, it can be a case of the sun being self-absorbed, being selfish, Whilst on the other spectrum of it, it can be someone boosting someone's ego, because we all have an ego, but some of us, we have an ego that sometimes it is non-existent, and we all need to have a certain level of a healthy ego. But anyway, now in the 7th house, the sun can bring warmth and vitality to partnerships and relationships, because this is the 7th house. It's ruled by Libra, Venus. So with this dynamic in the 7th house, it encourages mutual understanding and cooperation, meeting in the middle, because that's balance, that's the 7th house. But yet it may also introduce power struggles or an imbalance of attention between two partners. Okay, sorry, between partners, shouldn't say two partners. Anyway, likewise in the 10th house, the sun can energize one's career. It boosts. Okay, but like I said, it can also be an indication of finish off first. Like I said, it can boost one's career, the public image, the driving ambition and success. But on the other hand of it, it can also lead to workaholic tendencies, a relentless pursuit of status at the expense of one's personal well-being, of the other, because this is synastry, so it's the interaction of the other. And then, so my point here is that by being aware of these dynamics, it can help us to navigate the interplay of energies in the astrological charts. So, just like with all things, it's just understanding the dual nature of the sun's influence, and it allows, us to maximize its benefits, but also mitigating the potential drawbacks. So looking at the pros and the cons, the negatives and positives, or, because there's always a shadow side to each house and where one planet is, but we're talking about the sun. So we're embracing both the light and the shadow aspects of the sun placements. So it can lead potentially to a more holistic and fulfilling experience. So with you understanding this introductory to how it can play out, so you understand that with all the 12 houses from the 1st to the 12th, there are positive and there are negative. So things won't always play out in the most beautiful or in the most amazing dynamic. It all depends on what's going on with your chart and how you and another individual's charts interact. But without further ado, let me jump in to the sun and the position of the house I'm talking to for this audio. All right, so the sun in the 5th house synastry can indicate a relationship where the individuals bring out each other's creative and playful side. The 5th house is associated with romance, joy, and self-expression, because self-expression is creativity in a sense as well. So when someone's sun falls into the partner's 5th house, it often sparks a lively and affectionate connection, because this is a fire house, it's a fixed fire house, and the sun is here because the sun rules the 5th house, and it's a Leo, and Leos can be, I'm a Leo rising, so I'm not just saying this to, put any Leo down, but they can be quite dramatic at times, both my parents are Leos, so in this overlay, things can be very dramatic, very drama at times. You will be very expressive in this interaction for sure. But, overall, this placement tends to promote a sense of fun and adventure in the relationship. And it encourages both partners to engage in shared hobbies and activities that bring them joy, So this could be music, this could be poetry, this could be painting, this could be playing a musical instrument, and this could be roller skating. There's so many hobbies that people involve and interact and do. So it varies from each individual, but you guys could have this in common, where you both have a favor of painting, and even if you don't, you may find yourself wanting to paint, wanting to indulge in creative artistic pursuits, because it's like this energy and this overlay, it brings it out in you, and there's a very strong attraction here, and there can be children involved in here. You may feel like a sense of like, oh, I could have children with this person, because after the 4th house you have the 5th house. It's like a journey when you go through all the 12 houses in a zodiac house. You start off with self, you build your foundation, you build your self-worth, your values with the 2nd house. The 3rd house, you learn, early learning, school, primary school, nursery. The 4th house, you learn your roots. And in the 5th house, you fall in love, you find that person, So, yeah, there's a very strong attraction, but you often have to be mindful that with the 5th house, it could fizzle out. This could be a situation where you could meet someone and there's a lot of joy, a lot of fun, a lot of stimulation, but it could burn out quickly because one person could be more in it for the physical intimacy. So be mindful of that as well with this overlay. But the sun person may find themselves drawn to the fifth house person's vibrant and expressive nature. And, this dynamic can foster a sense of admiration and mutual inspiration, with each person appreciating others' talents and creativity. So this person may realize that you have a talent, and that could be anything. It could be singing, writing music, maybe you're good at running, a sport, gymnastics, or maybe you're really good at talking and you can turn that talking into a talent. I'm serious. I'm not joking, and that person could see and be like, you could really make something out of that. But there'll be a mutual inspiration, and they'll both appreciate one another's talents as well. And in this synastry aspect, the couple might also enjoy a sense of pride in each other's accomplishment, and feel motivated to support one another in pursuing their passion. So this will be your cheerleader, like, go, Steve, keep going, I see you, I support you, your personal cheerleader, oh, keep going, like giving you that nudge, like you can do it, go and do it, And this can lead to a relationship filled with laughter. Like, you guys will laugh all the time, be silly. You're the kind of individuals that can do karaoke together, and end up rolling on the floor in laughter. This is a very romantic interaction. It can be. There is the potential for this to feel one-sided. One person may not feel as enthusiastic as the other. It can go that way. But with this interaction, there's mutual respect, because this is it's a Leo house, There's a lot of pride, but ego, please be wary of the ego, okay? One could be very egotistic in this interaction, being stubborn, stuck, selfish. So please bear that in mind as well. But overall, there's like a sense of fulfillment through shared experiences and emotional connection. And such relationship can also become a fertile ground for growth, where both partners each encourage each other to step outside their comfort zones, and explore new facets of their personality. So you may find yourself discovering parts of yourself that you didn't believe was even there. Maybe you felt like you wasn't an expressive person, and then this person comes along and you realize, I have it in me. Like, I'm expressing myself. I'm quite forthcoming, and you might find yourself engaging in artistic or creative projects together. You may find yourself doing things together. You could write books together, publish it together. And through doing these interactions, it's like your bond becomes strong. It strengthens. And you could have a shared vision with this person. But this is a very playful energy of the fifth house, and it can help both people navigate challenges with a lighthearted approach, because it's fun. It's fun and it's humor, and you can tackle these issues. And this can lead to a strong resilience, in the relationship, as you learn, to view obstacles. You view obstacles as an opportunity for growth and learning. So it's a beautiful interaction. But like I said, just with this interaction, just be careful it doesn't become a relationship where it's just physically intimate. It's just about that. But you could have children with this person, The seventh house is marriage and partnerships, but it could also be hair as well. You could end up envisioning stuff like that. Like, I can see myself married. This is the fairy tale. This is the it's what you see in the movies, you know? And it can be really beautiful. You could find each other very beautiful, you know, really admiring their looks, you know, gazing into each other's eyes. And of course, with Synastry, it's not just relationship based, you know, this could be a parent admiring their child, you know, like, oh, I love you, you're my world, you know, buying their child gifts, like just pouring into their child with this interaction. And it could be an amazing parent and child interaction. You know, I have this, not with the son, I have this with my toddler, you know. My moon falls into his 5th house and we have so much fun together. You know, I always, I'm just laughing thinking about it. Like, I always entertain him. Obviously, I'm his mum, so I have to entertain him. Do you know what I mean? But I'm always being, it's like I'm on stage, you know, I'm always performing for him. I'm always performing for him. I'm always like thinking, oh, what can I get him, you know, to make him happy? Of course, that's what most parents do, you know, but everyone's interaction with their parent will be different, especially when it comes to astrology, because some parents, they give birth to a child that is the opposite of them to help them grow, you know, to help them evolve. You know, you could be for example, you could be a Leo sun, but then you give birth to an Aquarius sun, you know? And through that interaction, you learn through one another, you know, because I'm an Aquarius Pisces cusper and my parents are Leos. And although I'm a Leo rising, they learned a lot from me, you know, a lot. And they thought, you know, my mum thought I was, I don't want to say weird. Sorry. It's just funny when I look back at some things. I see the humor in it. But at the same time, my mum is also a moon in Aquarius. You see how that works? But yeah, it is going to be a very beautiful overlay. And also, even with friends, having a laugh, you know, best friends, with this Synastry, the bestest of friends, you know, chilling, you know, listening to music, just vibing out, just having a good time, talking about love, you know, like that best friend where you guys just chill and you're like, oh my God, I like, I don't know, I need to come up with a name real quick. Okay, let's just say Charlie. I like Charlie. Oh, you like Charlie? Yeah, I like him. Giggity, giggity, giggity. Like, you know, I don't know what that was. Laughing. Sorry, I don't know what that was. I was trying to like do a little giggle, but saying it weird. Anyway, but yeah, you know, just childlike, just fun. Going out to festivals, concerts, brunches, drinking, you know, having a laugh, just all of those great things, you know, watching performances as well. But yeah, I'll leave it there. I don't want to keep waffling on, but that's what I'll have to say for now. I know I'm going to probably, I always do this. I always do this. I'll finish a tape and I'll go, damn, I wish I said this. I wish I said that. But, you know what they say, you snooze, you lose, so you can't win it all. Anyway, take care, guys, and I'll speak to you soon. Feel free to share your experiences. But like I said, it's not going to be all roses and amazing. You know, this could be a situation where you fancy the crap out of someone, but they don't feel that way about you, you know? It all depends on what's happening in both people's charts and, you know, what house this is. Because if this is like, if your 5th house is in Capricorn, it may be still playful, but it might be structured, a bit cold, you know, a bit rigid. It just depends. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave that there. Take care, and I'll speak to you guys soon. All the best. Bye.